Hey, if you're looking to launch your first mobile app and you don't know coding, you don't know development, you don't know how to do this, I'm going to walk you through the steps and get you to a point where you could basically publish your app on the Apple App Store through a tool where you don't touch the code. We're going to take a look at Replit today. I'm going to take you through my process at a very high level so you get a sense of the steps that we go through. I'm not really going to build the full app. I have an app built that I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to go through the entire experience just because that would be like a really long video, and every app use case is going to be a little bit different. But let me get you started on this workflow, exactly where I start, what you're going to need to focus in on. And if you do get value from this video, definitely consider subscribing down below because we have a ton of new AI content coming out just for you. Now, here I am on my Replit dashboard, and there is a lot of power on the back end here. You could build web apps, mobile apps, animations, slide decks, a lot in one single project. And so we're going to start a new project. I'm going to show you that experience, and then I'm going to show you later on the app I built, which is different, but I'm going to show you that, and then we're going to look at how you get that launch on the Apple App Store. First place I want to start though is I do want to start with Claude. With Claude here, what I want to do is I want to create a PRD. If you don't know what that is, you could just literally just say, what is a PRD? Or you could just say, create a PRD for me. So I am going to prompt it. The one thing is though, I have used a lot of my usage for today. So hopefully this does not max it out. All right, so I just use Wispr Flow to basically transcribe this. So I get a bunch of text that basically says what I want to build. I want to build a teleprompter app. And then basically at the end, I say, create a PRD for this. But to get started, ask me questions one at a time, and then I'm going to give you answers to those questions before we create the PRD. Now, this process is actually kind of fun because you're just talking to the AI. And again, I use Wispr Flow that makes the whole process really easy and smooth for me to be able to really create something that is going to be useful while specific, because I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what it's going to even think about. All right, cool. So who's the primary audience? Let's go through this. Primary audience is going to be for young creators who are creating content on Instagram or YouTube Shorts and need a simple way to have a teleprompter on their phone without having to pay for an additional software. Boom. So you can see that's how it works. Wispr Flow is amazing. I'm going to keep going through these questions a little bit and then we'll catch up in just a minute here. Great, it's building out the PRD for me now, and I'm going to take that document and drop it into Replit to start the actual build process. Now, I freaking love Claude because look at this. Look at what it built already. Okay, great. I'm having it make it into a PDF, but just take a look at how much information and how beautiful this actually entire experience is. This is really well done. It's cool how they have this all set up as well. Auto scroll, font size control, font weight, all version 1, version 1.1, script library, mirror mode, countdown timer. This is awesome. So right now it's going to make this into a PDF that we could actually take all of that. There's probably other ways I could do that as well. Wonder what this is. What is this? Open sidebars. I don't know what sidebar is, but that's okay. So here we are, it'll make this document, and then we're gonna just take that document and then drop it right here in Replit and then get started. Okay, great, we have the PDF. I am gonna download that. Everything is in here. Looks like it didn't grab these too well. Let me take a look here. Yeah, did not grab them the way I want. We don't need that, Adobe. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna grab a few screenshots that I will also leverage as well in the conversation, because I do want to make it as visually as possible, visually easy. I am gonna grab a few screenshots here because I think visually this makes it really easy for the tool to know exactly what I'm looking for. All right, so in Replit, we're gonna come here, upload a few files. I'm gonna start with this, that's the PRD. And then I just took those 2 screenshots. You could add Figma files, a lot more, but I'm just gonna start here with these 2 screenshots and that. And the only thing I'm gonna recommend here is turn on plan mode. This is gonna help you get a sense of what the agent is thinking about building before it starts building and spending your dollars. It's gonna really help you make sure that you are good to go. All right, let's start building. Now, I didn't mention to you that anytime you start a new project in Replit, that project could actually have tons of artifacts. An artifact could be like a web app, a mobile app, animations, slides, a lot of different things in one specific project, which is really cool. Now, we're gonna take a look here, get a feel for it. Should I go ahead and start building? It already knows what we want. It has a clear sense of it. It was able to go through the PRD pretty easily, and I am just gonna say yes. Now, you can maybe see different steps, different parts of the process. There might be more information to this plan, but here we go. We'll start building, and that will just start to take off and do its work. Now we are going to jump into the actual app I do have built and take a look at that. Let me take a look here at the apps I do have, and specifically I want to pull up the app I built called Snap. This allows you to verify if a screenshot is real, because the internet is full of screenshots that are fake, showing revenue numbers that are not real. All right, let's take a look here. The first thing we're going to want to do, there's some steps here. Actually, it's worth describing this. If you ever want to publish an app on the Apple App Store, you have to become an Apple developer. There is a $100 annual fee to be a member or whatever as part of the Apple development community, and you do need to get approved. So there is a bit of a step there that you may want to start that first. Just go to Apple App Development. All right, so here's the best page to get a full sense of what you're paying for. The developer program here, all the stuff that you quote unquote get as being part of it, awesome. And then at the bottom here, it says the program is $99 USD per membership year, or in a local currency where available. And then from there, you could enroll and get started to become a member. But on the back end, there is another step of this process, which is to actually test the app, you have to download an app called Expo. And so let me show you that here. You'll see that right at the top of my screen, Expo Go. You just download that. And what ends up happening is, as you can see, there's a QR code here on my screen to really test the app, to really understand if it's actually working the way you want. This mobile canvas is not that great. And so please do not use that as your guiding force. What you'll do is you'll just go in, scan the QR code, and then hit open the app. You'll see it'll pop up with the actual logo of the app and start to generate it for you so you can see it. Now you can't see it, but at the very bottom, it's loading all of the data, and just like that, it has loaded the data. So let me just show you kind of what I have built here. Basically, when you see a screenshot, sometimes they're fake. And so let's say this one is perfect. This is yesterday. I got a bunch of referral payments yesterday, and so I wanted to just grab them as a screenshot. First of all, if I want to crop this image, I could just hold it down. I added in that functionality, and I'm able to go in and then adjust the screenshot accordingly so it's a little bit shorter here. And then once it's done, boom, it's on my specific canvas. I could change the canvas size, I can make further adjustments. But the feature I love, and the reason I built this, was you could hit timestamp at the very bottom. And basically what it does is it adds a timestamp to, at the top, you could see it, it adds a timestamp to the actual image, which also verifies when it was actually taken. Because sometimes you just don't know. People are faking screenshots or using like Photoshop or Figma or whatever to show like, I made this much money on PayPal, but it's not real, or XYZ happened, but it's not real. This is a way to verify that. There's also a layout option where you could do like before and after, so that you could see two screenshots. Let's say you're comparing your YouTube stats, for example, I would do that, from today or a year ago. You could put two screenshots in there and then put two dates, and people can see today and they could see a year ago, which is really cool. So this is the app I developed. From here, because I am enrolled in the Apple app development, whatever, member, I can now submit this for publication in the Apple App Store. Now, going back to what we started building here, let's take a look at where it's at. It's saying, okay, start build. It's at the very beginning. So this is going to take its time. It's going to go through its process. You could view the plan here, see what it's going to build and what it's going to do. But this entire process is really easy. If I take you through Snap, the conversation I had here was pretty straightforward. There were some use case issues and things I was running into. But what I love, and it's a little bit hard to show. Let me see if I could try to show this. Do you see this? It has the liquid glass feel. I don't know if you just saw that. It's like, it feels like liquid glass. It's designed really well with the icons at the bottom, and then you could just hit download, boom, and then it'll download that image to your phone, and boom, you're all good to go. If I go to my photos and then I click on the latest photo, show you that's in my like photos library. Boom, it did it. It exported it perfectly. Obviously you would imagine that, but sometimes software just doesn't do what you expect it to do. And just like that, I'm able to have this entire app developed, and it's a cool little feature. I don't know if I'd make money off this, but maybe. And it's something that I think a lot of people could actually find value from. And we just build and get to see what we get to build. I didn't write a single line of code. All I did was prompt, and go through this whole conversation. Let's see, I built this about 2 months ago when this first came out back in January. And as of right now, that's basically ready to publish in the Apple App Store. I just need to submit it, they review it, we go back and forth, whatever needs to happen there. But on this side, you could see it's developing the app right now. It already has the QR code ready for me, which means I can start this process. Obviously, it's still writing code, so I don't think it's actually ready yet. But this is where I will be able to preview the app. Look how fast this is working too. This is mind-blowing. Like, this is just running it right now. What's really cool about Replit as well, you could click this little button in the bottom. It might move around in the future. You could hit open tasks. You could generate new tasks that get added to the workflow. Now, we haven't seen anything yet, but let's say you want to add like light and dark mode if it wasn't in the original PRD, or you want to add like an export feature or like whatever. You could easily do that by creating new tasks that the agents will create. There are additional agents that you could have working on the app at the same exact time. And mind you, let me give you a little bit of a lay of the land because there's a lot going on my screen here. First of all, you have this sidebar that shows you all your tasks. I'm going to just minimize that a little bit. This is your main agent. Additional agents will show up down here, those tasks that you create. Further on the very, very top right here, it says open library. This is the actual mobile app we're designing, but if we do want to design a web app, if we do want to design animations, if we do want to design slide decks, any of that, we can click here and start a brand new conversation. So what I'll do is I'll click plus, then I'll hit new, and then here I could say like, let's create a document, let's create a spreadsheet, let's create a website, a specific design, whatever. We could do all of that. From there, there's also Canvas, and Canvas allows you to generate different looks and feel for the brand, the design. You could draw on the canvas. So if you say like, I want to move something here, or like draw a specific design, you could do that as well. Now, take a look at this. I have not made any additional prompts. It's been about 20 minutes because I was filming another video. And check this out, 24 minutes ago, it finished work. Let's just take a look at what it did. $3, I don't know how much it spent in total. I'm guessing it might be a little bit more, but it went through the process, it built the app, and let me show you what this looks like. Scan that, it's opening up the app. Once it opens it, you're literally looking at the camera right now. It's set up. Then I could come in here at the top, paste in my script. It's not a script at all, but I'll just hit done, and it adds it to the top up there, which you could see. And there's ways to change the font, the design. Let me see if it shows it here. Yeah, down here you could like make the font bigger or smaller. Let me paste this in. Again, using it on the desktop is really not the look, but here you can make the font smaller or bigger, and then you can make it bold or not bold. And then there's an opacity screen. You can't see it. There's kind of an opacity screen right there. If I change this down, let's see. You see how it goes away? The top, boom. That is awesome, just like that. Cool. And then I could hit play, and then it will start to play. And it's literally for free. I built this in like 20 minutes. Is it perfect? No, but there's a speed controller, like the scroll speed, you can control that, be able to record. And then the final output doesn't have the text on the screen. I did an export, and as I take a look at it, I mean, obviously this is not like a final production video right here, but it is all there. Let me see. Boom. So it's just me talking and basically the camera and nothing else. So it's just that. That's awesome. Literally built in just a few minutes, and it's already working. The ability to create apps is no longer limited by budget or your ability to code. You are now able to generate a full mobile app, submit it to the Apple App Store, and actually have the full experience from prompting. This is insane. If If you want more content like this, definitely check out, consider subscribing down below to Vibes Academy. We are going to be publishing courses soon, and there's going to be a lot more content like this. And I know this could lead to a ton of questions. So if you have questions or ideas for future content, drop them in the comments below. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.